Hello and welcome to the Security Kitchen. My name's Ken and I'm going to be showing you another vulnerability we showed at the InfoSec 2014 show. We're going to be looking at the Android debug bridge and how you can use that to compromise a pin-locked Android phone. Now, ADB, the debug bridge, was primarily intended for use by developers to debug their applications when running on a phone. The idea being you could create user input events and much more. But it's also commonly used when you're rooting your device, a bit like jailbreaking an iPhone. So you need to enable ADB in order to root your device. The problem is a lot of people forget, after they've rooted the device, they forget to disable ADB, and that creates quite an interesting security vulnerability. Now, since KitKat, so Android 4.4, there's actually been a raised level of security which requires a degree of machine authentication, so you can't just connect any old device. But prior to that, and it's actually very easy to disable that machine authentication too, you can connect pretty much any device over USB to your target phone. Now, there is another attack that works in a similar way to this using ADB. That's the Rubber Ducky hack. You might have seen that on Hack 5. Quite cool. Essentially what you need is one of these. It's a Rubber Ducky. You plug it in and it'll crack the pin for you. Unfortunately, with that particular attack, it takes between 14 and 16 hours to crack the pin. You have to watch the phone for all 14 to 16 hours to work out when it unlocks, because after it's unlocked, it relocks again. So we thought there was a bit of an issue with that. So we've written a rather better version that actually tells you what the pin is. So before I start, I need to start my server on my machine, so we'll start that now. I've got my pin locked phone just to prove the point. You can see, there you go, it is pin locked. And we're going to use a script that we wrote, and we've actually put this script on our website, so you're very welcome to have a go. I'm going to start my brute force script, and it's really straightforward. So there we go. Here is the phone. You'll see it starts to pin lock, unlock itself. Wait for it, and wait for the pin to come. Takes a few moments, and there we go. The code, of course, because we're hackers, is 1337. Now, what can you do about this? Well, first things first is you can see it's a brute force. So if you have a long pin, it's going to take a lot longer to compromise. But also, I'd strongly recommend that you check your device. If you've ever enabled ADB, disable it now. Make sure you can't be compromised by this trivially easy hack.